So well put. Something that absolutely blew my mind was this guy, Jeff Frank, that I knew. He was the one actually that just kept bugging me to go see Elaine until I finally broke and went and saw her. But he took care of the Firestones Botanical Garden in Arizona. Mm-hmm. And the Firestones, we all know who they are. Very, very wealthy, powerful people. And they had the desire to build the most incredible botanical garden, in that state. And they successfully did it. But Jeff was running it. He had 30 or 40 employees underneath him, and they were struggling because they were only using synthetics to keep these plants alive in these environments that these plants shouldn't be alive in. Mm-hmm. And so he got involved with Elaine. Elaine came down and basically showed him how to start making compost and how to start building soil so that these plants that were living in this new environment had some of the qualities of where they came from. So the understanding between, say, a plant that lived in a jungle versus on a mountainside. So she launched him into the next realm of being able to take care of these plants. He was able to cut his crew back. They didn't spend as much money every year in replacing plants. And so had a wonderful success there. But as part of his job, underneath the Firestones, this was a no joke job, was to research the different types of fertilizers, because they were complaining to him that, oh, fuck, we got to bring another $100,000 plant in from India because you killed the last one. And so he had to go figure out, like, all right, what is the difference between a 5-10-5 or a 30-20-30? What is it, right? So he toured all these different fertilizer companies. And basically, it was a joke in the companies. They would literally change out the bag with a new name, a new label, pull the switch and start filling them. And he's like, wait a minute, it has a different number on it. And they go, oh, don't worry about it. It's all the same. Are you fucking kidding me? And that was legit. That's what they do. And they still do it to this day. They want a different price. This is 20-20-20, 50-50-50, whatever. And the customer doesn't know any better. They're going to pay for it, even though it's the same shit as the 15-15-15.
Exactly. When I had my hydro store, when I first took it over, and it was officially mine and my partner's, I had I think 3 different products that was a triple 20 at 3 different price points. There was the old Grow More, which was a 25-pound bag, and I think I sold that for like $60. Then there was another brand out of Canada, and I want to say that was $28 for 500 grams. And then there was another one. Who was it that was selling that? I want to say it was it might have been an Advanced Nutrients product, but it was another powder that was, and I want to say it was about $45 for about a pound. And the only difference you could tell between the 3 of them when you used them was the color of the powder. That's it. That's all you can tell. It's like, oh, this one's so much better. And I was like, okay, what happens if I take the cheap one and I follow the directions on the expensive one? Holy shit, I got the same results. I'm like, what's going on here? This isn't, and I talked to the rep. He's like, oh no, this is Israeli grade this and medical grade chemicals that. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like it could mean something. And then I turn around and ask my friend Harmon from Green Arrow. I was like, is this a thing? He's like, no, dude, those are just fucking talking bullshit. That's salesman crap.
Yep.
That's not a thing. Luckily I've had people like that in my life, like Bob and Harmon, these people I've been able to throw, questions against. Otherwise I'd be just as lost as the guy at the store, and there were so many different ridiculous choices. It went from overpriced single, products like that to, now it's these, 27 different supplements, with an NPK base, 15 different biostimulants, 5 different mycorrhizae. They're all in a liquid. The science just doesn't make sense. It's like, what the shit, liquid mycorrhizae, that doesn't really work like that. Fungus doesn't like water. It doesn't live there. It's very hard to keep it still. It'd be better to keep it in a powder, and I just don't understand how someone can, think that you need, 18 different bottles of something to grow a single plant. That does not make sense. That's you've been marketed to. It's a marketing gimmick. and they did a fantastic job. I got it, as a capitalist, I say good for you, but as a farmer, I'm like, hey man, fuck you. That, this is bullshit. I bought that shit hook, line, and sinker when in my 20s, and I fucking spent way too much money on that stuff. I got the results that I wanted, but I only got the results that those were capable of, which was great for that time. But, there was, as soon as I saw a first batch of water, basically highly amended soil, with some guano teas and a couple of things, I was completely blown away, just completely blown away. And then I saw my friend Nate here do it on a large scale, which I didn't think was possible, or a larger scale than I thought it was ever capable of. And I was like, okay, I'm doing everything wrong here. I got to start back from day one, and I got to start learning again, because I obviously don't know as much as I think I do.
You got
to take in your late 30s when you've been doing something for more than 10 years.
Well, I mean, it's an industry with just a lot of snake oil being sold, man. I mean, when there's that much money in the industry, everybody's got a product, and most of those products are just spins off of the same old salts that are sold to ag farmers.
Yep.
It's interesting. Like, there's a company that sells a finishing fertilizer, let's say. And it's labeled as like a 0.5, 0.3, 0.2. But like the actual NPK of that finishing fertilizer it's astronomical. I mean, it's like a 0, 30, 40 or something like that.